AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
Deja un like, comentario.
Y suscribe. Yo, good afternoon, everybody. It's your favorite light-skinned hater, the guy that's never happy about anything. Even when my Knicks win, I'm unhappy. It's your guy. Afternoons with AllBall. Monkey Rich, what up, baby? Listen, man. AllBall reactions today. We got the afternoons popping. Yes, sir. Listen, man. We need y'all to share, like, subscribe, hit that like button. We at 10K. Appreciate everybody. Like I said, the more y'all help this platform grow, y'all will grow with us. And we do nothing but show love. We shout you out. Like I said, follow all our Instagram, our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, which is X, Facebook, YouTube. Everything is AllBall TV. All we live free on Fabian Perspective. Please follow us. But right now, hit that like button. Share, tell a friend, tell a friend. Afternoons with AllBall reactions. We're going to react to some topics. We got my guy Flea checking in at 3:30. So I'm going to save a special topic for him. But I'm going to give y'all the 4 topics we're talking about. We're going to talk about Pat Riley and the Miami Heat and what a terrible job he's been doing. We're going to talk about our Knicks. Draymond Green said something about Cat, and I need y'all opinion on that. We're going to talk about, is OKC, Cleveland, and Boston unbeatable? Is there anybody that can challenge them and threaten them for the throne? And then we have Stephen A, and we have one of the twin brothers, the Morris twins. They said AD has been in LeBron's way. A Sensei, OG Circle Game. What up? What up? What up? Listen, y'all. Afternoons with AllBall. We are in the building. Now let's get to it. I'm gonna start off with something that is not getting no airplay. Nobody's talking about it enough. Let's talk real quick about the Miami Heat and Pat Riley and what a bang-up job he's been doing lately. Now, we talk about the move Nico Harrison made, trading Luka. We talk about, I don't even like saying his name, that GM over there in Philadelphia, how bad he has been. We talk about Leon Rose and La Cosa Nostra, what job they've been doing with the Knicks, whether you like it or hate it. But flying under the radar and doing a horrific job is Pat Riley. Let's have a little history with Pat Riley as a GM with the Miami Heat. So, at one time, you had Shaq and Dwayne Wade. D Wade in his prime. You run Shaq out of town. You got one championship, but you run Shaq out of town. Now, anybody who knows the game of basketball, you got Shaquille O'Neal, you got Alonzo Mourning, you have Dwayne Wade, you have Antoine Walker, you have White Chocolate, you have Gary Payton, and you don't figure out a way to keep that together to try to go on a 2, 3, 4 championship run. So that's one mistake you made. You ran Shaq out of town. And if y'all think I'm lying, YouTube or Google Shaq and the little beef he had with Pat Riley. Fast forward, you keep Dwayne Wade. You become horrific. LeBron James and Chris Bosh comes to the Miami Heat. Y'all call yourself the Heatles. Pat Riley is back on top, looking like the great GM he is. Now, let's not forget, you get LeBron James. D Wade still in his prime. Remember, 3rd greatest shooting guard of all time. You get Chris Bosh to come over from Toronto, an all-star. You find a way to mess that up. Remember, y'all, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. Are y'all telling me LeBron James and the Miami Heat shouldn't have won more than 2 championships? Now, I'm not sneezing. Thank you, Monkey Rich. I'm gonna get to that. I'm not sneezing at 2 championships because it's difficult to win 1. But y'all went to 4 and y'all only won 2. And then you run LeBron James out of Miami. Now, everybody know I'm not a LeBron James fan, but I'm not an idiot. This is LeBron in his prime. By far the greatest basketball on the planet Earth. It's not even close. And you run LeBron James out of town. because of some chocolate chip cookies? I'm going to say that again. You run LeBron James out of town and break up that Miami Heat team because of some chocolate chip cookies? Y'all let that sink in. Because if any other GM would have did something like this, we would have continued to hear about it up until now. Then you fast forward. He does it again. You get Jimmy Butler from I guess Minnesota. You get Jimmy Butler with Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. And let's not forget, one thing you did great, you allowed Spoelstra to coach. Because when LeBron James was there, he didn't like Spoelstra in the beginning. He wanted you to come down and coach, but you said, no, I'm too old. Spo was a great coach. So I give you that. But now you get Jimmy Butler. You don't want to pay nobody. You get all these second-round draft picks, guys that wasn't drafted. I get it. You know how to evaluate talent. You get the best out of guys. You go to 2 championships with that team that I don't know how y'all did that. Jimmy Butler tells you, y'all know the drill. My brothers, you know I love y'all. But when it comes to the ladies, they got a soft spot in my heart. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant. Darlene Bryant is in the building early in the afternoon. Darlene Bryant, good afternoon, everybody. Y'all know the drill. Please speak to the ladies. And please be respectful, y'all. Now, let's finish this. You get to Jimmy Butler. You get the 2 finals. You get to multiple Eastern Conference finals. You couldn't get over the hump. You lose to the Lakers in 1 finals, and then you lose to the Denver Nuggets in 1 finals. With that roster, I don't know how Spoelstra did that, but he did it. Jimmy Butler tells you, I need some help. Your superstar player that got you to 2 finals, that helped you build a culture after you just debacled and just devastated and you just messed up that whole dynasty that you could have had because you're not a dynasty. Jimmy Butler tells you, I need some help. And you don't get him no help. And then you don't want to pay him. So now you run Jimmy Butler out of town. He gets traded to Golden State. Golden State looked like they got in the fountain of youth. Now, they struggled the last couple games, but with Jimmy Butler, Golden State is like 14-3. Ever since Jimmy Butler left the Miami Heat has lost 9 games in a row. And let's not forget, that last title run, Tyler Hero was hurt. So that was all Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. Playoff Jimmy is a real thing. So your superstar, all 3 of your superstar players, you ran out of town. Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, and Jimmy Butler. Y'all tell me what other GM can get away with that and we don't disrespect them, violate them, we don't do anything. I'm willing to take it a step further. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Turbo. Hey, Turbo, thank you. I totally forgot that Jimmy Butler was in Philly with Embiid and them guys. Right. So from Philly, you went to Miami. So my point is this. When is Pat Riley going to take some heat? I've been talking about this for a while. They're starting to talk about it now. Big shout out Jeff T, because on his platform, he says something about it. But now Stephen A. ESPN, everybody's starting to talk about it. If this was any other GM, they would have been fired. Been fired. It's no way in the world you could have had the Miami Heat a dynasty. Like a San Antonio Spurs. Like a Golden State Warriors. Like a Chicago Bulls. You had Shaq and D Wade in it. You had Shaq, D Wade, Alonzo Mourning, Antoine Walker, Gary Payton, White Chocolate. Then you had LeBron James, D Wade, Chris Bosh, and you know how that roster was just guys in and out, in and out. Then you had Jimmy Butler with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. All those legends, those great players, Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers, excuse me. one of them in the GOAT conversation. Some have him as the GOAT. He's not my GOAT, but some have him as the GOAT. The most dominant player we've ever seen is Shaquille O'Neal. And you only get 3 championships? Are we not going to discuss Pat Riley being a terrible GM? Now, I understand getting championships is very difficult. But how do you mess up 3 times? Shouldn't it be 3 strikes and you out? I'm going to say it again. You ran Shaq out of town, you ran LeBron James out of town, and you just ran Jimmy Butler out of town. And now the Miami Heat looks like an expansion team. Terrible. So what does that say about Pat Riley, who's been doing this since back in the day, since he was coaching our Knicks, where he had an opportunity to get certain players but didn't want to pay them? You don't want to pay nobody. You draft guys late in the draft. You don't want to make no big trades. Because let's not forget, LeBron James went there because of D-Wade. And they was able to bring Chris Bosh there. So Pat Riley had nothing to do with LeBron James going to the Miami Heat. Tell me another GM that can get away with this and none of the networks bash them or talk about it. Pat Riley has been getting away with murder for over 15 years. Every year, you do something that's crazy. So I'm just trying to figure out, when are we going to start being honest about Pat Riley? We honest about Daryl Morey. We see what Nico Harrison did, and people are throwing him under the bus. And he didn't even mess up yet because they're not even fully healthy. They just got hit with the injury bug. So now that Pat Riley basically sabotaged the Miami Heat, and now for me, they don't go down in history as one of the greatest organizations. Of course, at the top of the food chain, you have Boston and LA with all those championships. Then after that, you got the Chicago Bulls. You got the San Antonio Spurs. You have now the Golden State Warriors. Miami Heat's supposed to be in that mix, but they're not. Like, what he did was crazy. Let's not forget, you have the Detroit Pistons, who have back-to-back championships with Isaiah Thomas. They went to a third finals. They also went to an Eastern Conference Finals, and then they won another championship with Chauncey Billups and Rasheed Wallace in the crew, and beat the Kobe Shaquille O'Neal Lakers. Mopped them up. So, let me ask y'all in the chat. The Miami Heat, yes, the Houston Rockets, but they only have 2 back-to-back. Back-to-back, they have 2. I will put Miami Heat over them because they have 3. But my thing is this. When have you seen an organization fumble the bag like this? You can't name 5 organizations that at one time had the most dominant player ever, the GOAT, and had a guy that just straight up was out of his mind in the playoffs. Exactly, Turbo. Once again, Pat Riley is getting away with murder, and nobody's talking about this. This is flying under the radar, and I'm just trying to understand why. How is this possible? Like I said, everybody gets judged from the job that they do. I mean, OG Circle Game. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue that. But thank you, Monkey Rich, who gave up the pick that turned into Jaylen Brown. The fact of the matter is this. Afternoons with AllBall, y'all. This is why I love our guys in the chat. Listen, they engage, they help out. Listen, I love it. And like I said, Afternoons with AllBall, we react and talk about topics that people don't talk about. Because on here, we're not going to talk about the same thing every day. We're not just talking about the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors all day and all night. We're not doing that. We want to talk about some things that's going to get your mind going, pause, and have you thinking a little bit. But I'm just trying to figure out, like I said, your man Pat Riley, man, he deserves a lot of flack. I think he deserves some smoke, and I think he deserved to have his job in jeopardy. I really do. Lately, the Miami Heat has been a debacle. Brian Black, you are totally correct. We need to be on OKC ass too. I agree. I agree. I totally agree. That is a great point. But right now we talk about Pat Riley. He had the most dominant player in the world. You ran him out. You had the GOAT, ran him away. Then you had Jimmy Butler, who just revived y'all, gave y'all a culture, an identity, got y'all to 2 finals, multiple Eastern Conference finals, kept y'all relevant. And you want, it's not you couldn't get him no help. You didn't want to help. You don't want to pay nobody. So for me, I just need to understand, why isn't Pat Riley being spoken about more? Because Nico Harrison needs security.
They
I'm
about
gonna
to
say
hang
it
him.
again.
They about to hang him, OG.
Right. Nico Harrison needs security. And they about to kick his back, and he might not ever get a job in the NBA ever if this doesn't work out. If the Lakers win a championship, Nico Harrison may have to move out the country. If the Lakers win a championship this year, Nico Harrison will have to move out the country. So I'm gonna ask something that's crazy before we get to our next topic. My brother Flea is in the building, and I was saving this topic for him. But I'm gonna
You know
ask
how to
y'all
cam,
this.
you know how to cam me up? I don't know how to get up there.
Nah, you know, come on, man. You know, I ain't with nothing. You gotta do it. Oh, hold on. Invite guests. I don't know. Nah. You gotta do it yourself, like regular, right? There you go. Come on, man. Don't leave that up to me.
There.
Hold
What
on.
up, y'all? What's good?
My brother, yes, he's in the building. He's
What's
always
good?
here
What's
to
good,
assist
y'all?
and help. What's going on? How you feeling?
Afternoons with AllBall. What up?
Hey, listen,
Darlene
man, you
B, what
know,
up?
yes. We just here, talking about some topics, trying to get these afternoons going and have some real basketball talk and just be diverse with it, not just
Yeah.
always stick to the same topics that everybody else is talking about. And before we get to our next topic, I just need to hear your opinion, because I love to hear when you talk the game of basketball. First, 2-part question. How do you feel about what's going on with Pat Riley and the Miami Heat, as far as, should they have won more championships? Should we not say nothing because he won 3? And also, should his job be in jeopardy?
Let me probably answer the second one first. It's probably about time, right? We're talking about Pat Riley. He might be 80 now. How old is he? He
Yeah, he
might be
got he got
80.
to be he definitely in his 70s.
He got to be 80. He got to be knocking on 80 if he's not already there. So, like, getting out of touch and not understanding how to be able to communicate with today's NBA player might be getting in his way, right? Like, being an old school guy is cool. I don't have nothing against your morals, your principles, how you run a ship. But if the evidence is in front of you that's saying, yo, this is not working anymore, you got to know when to bow out. You got to know when to bow out and do it gracefully. It's not going down gracefully right now. It's about to go out down into flames. Another guy that led the organization. Once again, the split happened, and it wasn't friendly. It wasn't amicable. People didn't walk out the door feeling good.
Everybody, every superstar slash star that he had, nobody walked out the door smooth criminal. Rest in peace, the great Michael Jackson. Everybody left with a bad taste in their mouth. Hold on, Flea. I want to make a point. I need you to respond to this. Chat, I need y'all to respond to this. Hit that like button. Please share, like, comment, subscribe. Afternoons with AllBall, man. We got my brother Flea in the building. AllBall
Yo,
TV family. Real brother for life. Real family for life. It's bigger than basketball and sports for us. Flea,
sure.
have we been... I want to word this correct, because I really want the chat to really get in on this. Turbo, and we need to DM Turbo, because I want Turbo to have a segment for about 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes with some Turbo
Turbo, what
facts.
up? What
Like,
up? What up? Monkey
yes,
Wrench, what up? What up,
Now, I mean,
everybody? What up?
people need to really understand, Turbo's mind with the game of basketball and his history and how he loves it. But let me ask you
Big
this,
fact.
Flea. Pat Riley, have we been hoodwinked or bamboozled? And let me explain. Watch you know me. But
Yes,
when
I
you
do.
think about it,
I
with
do.
you, what I gotta tell you is slow down and just think about it before you just automatically react.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. We got our brother in the building, 94 feet of UNC. Listen, that's family
Lenzel.
right there.
Lenzel.
Zell is in the building. Big shout out North Carolina. Listen, everybody, y'all need to
Ole
subscribe and
Miss
follow
about
his
to Ole Miss
page.
about to thump y'all. Ole
Yeah,
Miss
we
about to
about to
thump
see.
y'all.
Right,
I'm watching right
right.
now. They about to thump
Yeah.
y'all.
We need to get
I'm
him
just
up.
talking shit to you, Zell.
We need to get him up here, or we need to go on his platform because a lot of people are saying North Carolina don't belong in there. A lot of people are upset. But
We was talking in the text the other day, and I was talking shit to him. But they in there now, and they got
yeah,
to play
it don't
well.
matter. Yeah,
So
right. They
they in
in it.
there.
But we need everybody to subscribe, follow his platforms. 94 feet of UNC doing a great job. He gets great interviews up there, and he loves North Carolina basketball, and he tells you the ins and outs of it. So big shout out to our brother, and y'all be seeing him on here. We'll be on his platform as well. But Flea, let's get back to Pat Riley. Why I say we've been hooked, we could bamboozle. Let me explain. When Shaquille O'Neal went to the Miami Heat, do you remember why he said he went there? Or do I need to refresh your memory?
I know how I remember it, but talk to me.
He said it had nothing to do with Pat Riley. He said, I watched that boy D Wade and said, I want to go play with that. I'll be the guy that'll get him over the hump. Had nothing to do with Pat Riley. LeBron James, do we know why he went to Miami?
Of course.
Nothing to do with Pat Riley.
That's not a Pat Riley thing.
So why does Pat Riley have so much rope to where he can't get critique? And now I'm starting to look at it like this, Flea, because I never heard nobody say this. Only on AllBall TV, you know, we take it way left. Well, I'm gonna take it way left, and I would love your response. Is Pat Riley getting kudos for a job that he hasn't been doing?
No, I think that it's easy to shoot at Pat Riley right now because it's fresh on our minds on what happened with Jimmy Butler, right? It's time. It's time for him. It's time for him to give up that seat and move on. We all know that. But what I think is that like the whole body of work is what Pat Riley gets that quote unquote pass for, right? Is why he's held in such high esteem because his entire body of work, very diverse portfolio when you look at it, right? It ain't just one Lakers Showtime thing, right? He comes over to us and he helps transform us, right? Then he goes into Miami and he takes everything over to a franchise that was only around for like 8 years when he got there.
Right.
That's a very, very new franchise. So he gets a lot of credit for doing a lot of things in the basketball world. So, that's why, we don't knock him off this pedestal right now. But if we're being honest, the last few seasons, and just with how things shake out with their stars, you got to give him some responsibility on that. And right now, they're not a good team. Right now, they don't have everything that they need to be a good team, in my opinion. I think Tyler Hero is a good player. I don't think Tyler Hero is a great player. I think, I love Bam, but Bam is Bam, right? Bam can't be a number one guy on a really good team. Like, they need to do some other things over there. And, in the past, he's landed the guy. Maybe it's time for him to land another guy. But it's remain to be seen. They done lost 9 in a row. Did they lose? Did they play last night?
To be honest, I was so upset with our Knicks. I didn't even care. All I know is St. John's won. That's all I really cared about. And with our Knicks,
they blew that team out. Yeah.
With our Knicks, after that debacle, I didn't care nothing about the NBA last night. So I don't know. But Flea, I cannot dismiss. And I'm
You
not
ain't see Bronny
sneezing.
last night?
I'm not discussing that no more. I'm done with that.
Oh, all right.
You have to see my DMs. I'm not discussing that no more. Hold on, I'm from Harlem, but have been in NC. Okay, big shout out Harlem.
OG
Hold on, my
Circle
brother's
Game.
from Queens, but OC Circle Game. Your brother here is from Harlem, born and bred, baby. Big shout out Harlem. But Fleet, I'm not gonna say getting 3 championships is something to sneeze at because we know how difficult it is to win. as a team, as an organization. But I'm not going to dismiss what Pat Riley has not been doing in the Miami Heat's organization. Shaq didn't go there because of him. LeBron James didn't go there because of him. All those players that was funneling in and out with Miami Heat and the Heat was with LeBron and D Wade had nothing to do with Pat Riley. Now with Jimmy Butler, you go to and I'm gonna quote you. You go to 2 finals. You go to multiple Eastern Conference finals, and every year you never upgrade. You don't want to pay nobody. You like I said, you playing with second round draft picks or guys that wasn't drafted. And in your words, what are you doing to get better every year? Your star player tells you, I need some help. And you don't get him no help. And then now, another time, 3 times the charm, third strike you're out. Another superstar walks out the door for nothing. Because let's be realistic. Andrew Wiggins looks miserable over there.
But that's not a Pat Riley thing. That's not a Pat Riley thing. At some point, right? See, you slick, right? And I'm your brother, and I'm always here to hold you accountable. You are slick, and they know it in the comments. Everybody knows it, but you don't let everybody get you the way you let me get you. But here, let me remind you about something. You believe that Eric Spoelstra is the best coach in the NBA. That's what you believe.
Yes.
You believe he's the best coach in the NBA.
Yes.
He's done in the last 3 to 4 years, he's done a lot more with less, right?
Yes.
So at what point do we start? So we just skip him and go straight to Riles and how he's constructing the roster. They draft well still. Tyler Hero, I said what I said about Tyler Hero, but Hero's an all-star. Bam is an all-star. Jaime Jaquez Jr., the guy they just drafted, he's a very good player. They always find these diamonds in the rough. Khalil Ware is a good player. He's going to be a good player going forward.
Yes, agree.
Help me with your best coach because when Pop starts struggling, when they stopped making the playoffs, they wasn't winning championships. We ain't talk about R.C. Buford. We talked about Pop. Pop is overrated.
All right, you know why?
So what happens with Spo?
Now, watch this. Now, I see what you're doing. You ain't going. Yeah, you ain't gonna get away with that. Cause look, I'm gonna fix this problem simple.
Simple and plain.
Exactly. This is why Spo and what's your man over there with the Patriots? Belichick. Those 2 coaches, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't they the GMs as well? Leave that
Belichick and who?
Wasn't Belichick the GM and the coach for the Patriots?
Yes, if I don't remember
No,
right. If I
no, you remember. No, listen. One thing you're gonna do is remember. You ain't no fool. Stop it.
Yes.
Was Greg Popovich, who I'm glad he's getting better. Big shout out Greg Popovich. Definitely get well. We wish that on nobody.
Yeah, for sure.
Was Greg Popovich the coach and the GM?
No.
I'm gonna ask you again, Flea. No. Hold on. Because I always tell you, stop answering so quick. We know somebody else's name might have been there.
Okay.
But can we be honest? Nothing went down without that man, Pop.
Okay. I'm rolling with that.
Spo has nothing to do with picking the players. That's all Pat Riley. Now, if Spo had... Don't do that, Flea.
Where he's at now, a back-to-back champion, been to many finals. We're talking about 4, 6. Yeah. He's been to 6 finals as a head coach.
No, he's 6. Oh, right. With Jimmy Butler. Yes, right. Correct.
4 with them,
correct.
With
2 for 6.
Braun and
correct.
Wade and them, and then the 2 with my guy Jimmy.
Correct.
6 finals. At this point now, working his way up from a video coordinator all the way up to a championship level coach. Spo don't have no say in who he's coaching right now. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Flea,
No,
you know it's
you selling
Flea,
my.
so
You selling the best head coach in the NBA. My OG said the best head coach in the NBA does not have a say in the roster construction. I can't. No.
Spo has nowhere near the power that Belichick and Greg Popovich had when they were in those organizations. And to me, that's why I always bash them guys. But let's kind of just, get off this topic and get to the next topic. But my thing is, I'm just glad that we were able to. Oh, did you see that last comment? Spo overrated? What?
He ain't like that. That hit your heart. You saw that and said, "Whoa!" I thought somebody came in the building. That's
Flea.
Hey, Vi NYC. You just hurt OG heart. That hit him in the stomach. He might come back tomorrow. You know, y'all know how ridiculous this brother is. He might come back tomorrow and have a whole rant on that comment right there. I'm telling y'all, you might have got him.
You know what? I'm gonna get off this topic because I
got him. I fucking got him.
VINYC, big shout out to you. That just hit me hard. Pause. That just hit me in the heart.
OG Circle Game, you know what I'm doing. I'm working.
Listen, man. But but before we move off this topic, man, please hit that like button, share, like, subscribe, man. AllBall.
For sure.
Afternoons with AllBall. Yes.
We at 10K now, y'all.
Yes. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, man. We're here. We're chopping it up. Please, man, tell a friend, share, like, subscribe, hit that like button. But yeah, I'm for sure we're gonna talk about this again. Like I said, Flea, I appreciate your opinion and just jumping in and helping me out as my brother. But like I said, man, I just think
afternoons with AllBall, baby.
Yes, I just think that if this was another GM, this story would be much bigger for much longer. Because like I said, Nico Harrison made a move, and that man needs security. And we watched another GM in Pat Riley, where the superstar told him, "I need help," and you didn't want to help him, and he got you to 2 finals. So I just feel like Pat Riley is getting away with murder. I don't know why, but I think enough is enough. I don't think it has nothing to do with his age. I just think he's. I'm gonna say it, and then we can move on. I don't think. You know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I want us to keep our channel. Fabian is in the building.
Yo, our brother Ray.
Fabian's.
Yo, Ray, listen. Leave me alone, Fabian. As a father, I'm asking you to leave me alone. As a father.
Hold on. Talking about as a father. Did Draymond Green's son call Anthony Towns? Draymond Green got a platform, him and Baron Davis. Let's be real, I hate it. It's terrible. But, when you talk about our Knicks, I'm definitely going to react and respond. Of course, we played Golden State Warriors about a week ago. We lost and went down to the wire. Great game. Draymond Green and Cat had, a little back and forth. Of course, it started from, when we played them, he said he was ducking Jimmy Butler. And of course, Cat was like, "What are you talking about?" I had a death in the family. And Draymond Green kind of whatever. That's what I heard. So, they started having some back and forth. And we played them, met up with them. And, for a second, Draymond Green seemed like he was going to start giving Cat some respect. But what I got from him, Flea, and I'm trying to quote, not verbatim, but he basically said, I kind of pushed him to get that out of him. He said, and, some of the things that they had, the words they had back and forth, he said he liked that. And, that's what make guys going to respect you. But then he said, if I was there, if Cat played alongside of me, he'll always be playing like that. But, people around the league, that's why they call him Cat. And he basically said, people around the league don't respect Cat. That's what I got from it. Right. Flea, give me your thoughts on if you're Karl Anthony Towns and you hear that from Draymond Green, what's your psyche in that moment? Once you hear, wow, niggas in the league don't respect me, How would you take that?
I'm gonna be honest. I sent you that clip because I wanted you to take a look at it, right? Because I know for a long time, especially us, we're not fans of Draymond Green. Like, I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of dude. I don't like his demeanor and how he carries himself, amongst the basketball world. His head is entirely too big. Pause. Like, for who he is, right? For who he is. Great player. First ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about that. But there are things about you and how you carry yourself as if you are one of those guys that could sit at certain tables. You can't sit at certain tables. So I'm not a huge fan of him. But that clip, that little 30-second clip, I enjoyed what he said right there. And why I enjoyed it is because a lot of what he said is very true about who Cat can be. Like, the last part of what he said was, if Cat played like that every night in terms of that physicality and competing and being tougher, right? He would be a completely different player. And I think he's spot on. The league doesn't respect him from a standpoint of, oh, we got to see Karl Anthony Towns tonight. I gotta lace up my sneakers tonight because it's gonna be a rough night for me. Guys don't look at it like that. They look at it like he's gonna play well, very talented. They respect his talent, but in terms of being a viable opponent, it's like, yeah, we got Cat on the schedule tonight. Let's play hard and let's get a W, right? And that's not the type of energy that you want coming from your opponent. So I thought he was spot on with just how he looked at that. And I mean, what does Cat do with that? I would hope it would motivate him, right? I would hope it would motivate him. It motivated him in the game against Golden State. Just take that on for the rest of the season and for the rest of your career, really, right? All that entire interaction, what happened in the game, and then post game. Niggas is running, dapping up Draymond. Everybody's showing love to Draymond, and he's walking out of there by himself, right? That's a whole nother conversation. We could talk about that Knicks rehab, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You gotta take that as some type of motivation. That niggas don't respect me. Okay.
Wow, that was a great take, but I'm gonna take it a step further. Do we have to worry about the whole league respecting Cat, even the referees?
He gets no calls.
I
wasn't even gonna get on that. I was finally sitting there. I was like, damn, he don't get nothing. He don't get one whistle. Like, not a whistle. Nothing.
I think Draymond Green opened up Pandora's box for us Knicks fans. And this is maybe why, where you and Fabian was correct, and now this opened my eyes. Maybe this is why we will never be championship contention. Because you can't have a guy that's your lead dog, that's a big man, and the league don't respect him. The players, the NBA Association, the referees. Listen, I think this is deeper and bigger pause than what people are going to make it out to be. That means every night, Flea, when teams play against us, they have no fear of anything. Anything. And I think if I'm Cat, like you said, I pray and hope Cat uses this to motivate him. Because that is the problem. When you're a #1 draft pick, a multiple all-star, and you have the skill set to be a lead dog. Listen to what Austin Rivers said before, which he was totally wrong, but he was like, I think Cat is just as talented as the Joker, which I don't agree with at all. But that is a problem. And I think Draymond Green, as much as I dislike him, you correct, Flea. Right there, what he said was 100% correct, and I had no problem with it. And that's why I was telling Fabian that night, when Fabian was like, Cat shouldn't have said nothing. No, he should have said something. Remember, I was adamant about that. I said, you have to speak up for yourself. And Cat has to be able to take that and try to be as dominant and as tough as possible. But I think what Draymond Green did, Flea, it's almost like letting everybody know you can do that to so and so. Now you put a target on Cat. Draymond Green ain't no dummy.
He's not.
Drake,
He's very
much as we don't
calculated
like
dude.
him,
Very
right?
calculated dude.
And I think he doesn't like New York. This is my honest opinion. If I'm wrong, I apologize, Draymond. But I think he has it out for New York, for the Knicks, and I think he doesn't like Cat. And I think what he did, and tell me if I'm bugging, Flea, I think he just put a target on Cat's back. To where, because remember, Draymond Green is almost cool with everybody. So that mean, Flea, they're talking about that. That mean when he's around LeBron and all this and all that, when they talking basketball talk, he's the type to be like, yeah, that bum ass nigga, Cat, them Knicks niggas ain't shit. And then you may have another player going, yeah, we play against them. We gonna like, am I going too far? How do you feel about that?
I think the entire team has a reputation right now. I mean, Cat already had that smut on him, but I think the entire team right now has a reputation of being soft. They know that you could come into Madison Square Garden, or if the Knicks come into our arena, you could punk them. You could punk them. If you get physical, they're going to start chirping and complaining about calls. If shots start falling, their shoulders will start dropping because they don't give a damn about playing defense. Like, nah. This is already etched in who we are this season. Extremely talented, but soft. You know the nigga that come into the park, his game is pretty. He got that pretty ass game. But if you get physical with him and you get in his head, he's done. He's done. He gonna take his ball and go home. And that's who we are. We're not like that yet. We're not like that yet.
I go a little step further. Once again, y'all, you know, please, man, afternoons with AllBall, hit that like button, share, like, subscribe.
Afternoons, AllBall.
Yes, man, 3 p.m. Eastern, YouTube. We are in the building and we tackling and reacting to all these topics. We have a problem as a team, and this is why I was saying we need a superstar that is respected, that has some type of connections, because I'm gonna leave it at this, Fleet. And you know, I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions on this. We have two stars on that team that people don't respect. Remember what Iman Shumpert said about Jalen Brunson. Remember what, hey girl, how you doing? Becky Hammond. Remember what she said about Brunson. To me, those two comments seem personal, the way they said it, right? Now you have Draymond, and we hear it, and we've been hearing it forever. Cat is this, cat is that, cat is this. So how are we going to win a championship when we don't have players that are respected, that aren't feared? You get what I'm trying to say? So that's why I think we have a bigger problem than just Tom Thibodeau. How do you feel about that? Having two players on that team that half of the basketball world does not fear and does not respect and is not worried about us at all.
I think that fear is developing with Jalen Brunson. I think if Brunson plays a couple more games just to be eligible, I think Jalen Brunson wins Clutch Player of the Year. And usually those dudes that win that award are guys they know don't let him get a bucket down the stretch because he's tough. So I think those comments before about Brunson, if you were to ask some of those guys now, I think they may tweak what they have to say. But in terms of Cat, listen, man, we knew what we was getting. That's number one. We knew what we was getting. And I think that the roster has to be constructed to a degree where it gets what we need out of him. And that toughness, that night against Golden State is what we need on a night in, night out basis. If we can't get that, and we do get numbers that we got last night, those are ineffective numbers. That's why I was telling everybody, throw the box score out last night. If you look in the box score, he had a double-double. He had 20 and 10. Yes, he did. But it's ineffective. It did nothing for us in terms of affecting if we was going to win or lose that game. And he's bad on defense. So when our best two players are bad on defense, and we already think one of them is soft, so you don't give any resistance on defense, and you not, they look at you like, yo, easy night tonight, y'all. Easy night. Mamu, go get 30.
Right,
Mark Williams, go get 15 rebounds because he ain't gonna match physical. That's a problem. That's a problem. And I think Draymond is right. If you do have somebody in that gym, it would allow you, or in that locker room, it would allow you to get those things out of him when necessary. We got to construct our roster in a way that we could get that out of him.
Oh, great point. It sounds like some audio. Is that Fabian in the building?
Right.
I believe that. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Listen, man. I never seen the official payback. Big shout out to you. Just real quick, Fabian, before you go, I've been seeing in the comments people talking about Zion. We've already covered that. I said take a chance. I'll let my brothers respond to that. But before we do that, please hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. We at 10K AllBall TV, man, the family. Listen, man, help us grow this platform and bigger and bigger. But Fabian, what's up, my brother? Talk to us.
I've been stuck in traffic all across New York, trying to get the right frequency to tap in with my brothers. My brothers.
Right. What
2
up,
days
bro?
in a row. I listen, man, I love y'all. But 2 days in a row, I've been referenced. I've been told how they love me. I want my apology, AllBall, god damn it. The beginning of this season, Flea wanted to know the definition of what soft was. And the last 2 days, all I've been hearing is soft this, soft that. I ain't pausing Jack. AllBall, 4 years. You, 4 years you've been campaigning for Cat, Karl Anthony Towns. We got him. And now all I hear is crying and meowing. And I told you from the rip, that man is soft. And now you have to hear from the rest of the league. I don't want to shout out Draymond Green because he can go all the way to hell. Did I lose you guys?
No,
Right
we can
here,
hear you.
brother.
We can hear you loud and clear.
You got the floor.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. But Draymond Green can still go to hell. I did like the video, AllBall, because, like you said, he tapped into the players, inside the player's mind, like current player's mind, which was what I always liked about Draymond. If he's going to be real about whatever. And in that case, I still believe Cat either shouldn't have said nothing or dropped 4. Like, what did Kobe do when he was at the Garden? He ain't say a word. And they were scared to death of him. Scared to death. David Lee said, yo, I ain't want to talk to him. I ain't want to start him up. That's how Cat should have came into my mind. Never let Draymond Green know that you can get at him. That's my thing. And for him to admit that the rest of the league feels the same way that we've been talking about. I didn't even think about what you said, which is imagine what the referees think. Because if he's saying that out loud, why do you think he got the third personal foul over Draymond Green, who should get a technical foul the moment he steps on the court? Just by existing in the NBA, he should get an automatic tech. He should start off every game with a technical foul. That's how egregious he is. So I loved your point, AllBall. I started with my ego first, but I love you guys. So Zion, we go on to Zion next. I'll go back on mute. I'm sorry.
No.
Keep rolling. I'm about to jump. So
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Flea.
No, I'm about to jump. So if Fabian is keep rolling, I appreciate you, OG. Afternoons are AllBall.
Appreciate you always tapping in. Come on now.
Yeah. I'll talk to you in a little while.
All right,
I'm definitely gonna talk to you, Flea.
All right.
Listen, man, my brother Flea stopped by, man, in the afternoon with AllBall, man, and chop it up. Y'all already know, man. When my brothers check in, man. We all need all the help we can get. But big shout out Michael James. What up, baby? Y'all know the drill. Hit that like button, please. Share, like, subscribe. Fabian, you still in the building? Okay, I think both the brothers is gone. I'm here, Dolo, y'all. Y'all got the light skin hater all by yourself. Pause. But I think we have a big problem. For me, I'm reading the comments, and we definitely tackled the Zion Williamson thing. I'm all for it. My brothers, they never go along with me when I say we need a superstar. But what Draymond Green said in these last two games we played, it proves we need a superstar. We need a superstar. And yes, I'm all for going to get Zion. I think we need to go in all in on Zion or Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think those two we need to go all in for. And I said it once Brunson went down. I said this. I said Karl Anthony Towns is on audition. He's on audition while Brunson went down to let us know if we should be able to keep him or want to keep him. And right now, as much as I like Cat, he can go. Cat might be the worst defender I've ever seen. I've never seen nobody worse on defense. And then you add along with that being soft. I don't want to agree that he's soft. I'm going to go down with the shit. I'm going to go down on my shield. But what Draymond Green said, that mean the whole league feels like that. And if you have a player and the coach, let's not forget the coach. If you have a player and a coach and a team and an organization that is not respected by the players, by your peers, by the NBA, how are you going to win a championship? We have to get the coach that is respected, that has relationships, and we have to get the superstar that is feared and that has the relationships and the respect of the league and the players. Then we can start talking about championships. And what Draymond Green did, he just basically let the whole world know, the whole NBA world know, and us as Knicks fans know, y'all not even close to winning a championship because y'all have a star on your team that we don't even respect. And if I can't respect you, how I'm going to let you win a championship? We have a problem, y'all. We have a big problem. But for me, I do agree. Go get Zion. I said it a while ago. Zion doesn't want to be in New Orleans. I love New Orleans. Listen, I got family out there. One of the greatest places I've ever been to. Southern hospitality. The people are beautiful. The food is great. It is not a basketball town. It is a football town. Those people in New Orleans can care less about basketball. Zion doesn't want to be there. He never was out of shape. That was purposely. Y'all see him now, right? We need to go all in on Zion or Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's my take on that. For the last topic, I want to talk about this. OKC, Boston Celtics, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Are those three teams at this point in the playoffs unbeatable? I'm going to say it again in chat. I need y'all to help me. OKC, the Boston Celtics, and the Cleveland Cavaliers, right now at this point, are those three teams unbeatable? Is there nobody that can match up against them and threaten them and really get them out of here? Is the Lakers really a threat to OKC? Can the Denver Nuggets beat OKC in a 7-game winning streak? Can anybody beat the Boston Celtics? Now, I know nobody's not high on Cleveland, but Cleveland has Boston number this season. They added DeAndre Hunter. Y'all got to remember, last season, Garland, his head pause wasn't there. Now he's playing at an all-star level, was an all-star. Remember, Jared Allen was injured last season. Mobley took another step up. So once again, are those three teams unbeatable? Are we wasting our time thinking anybody has a shot against any of those three teams? I'm just saying. We have to be honest. Do our Knicks have any chance against Boston or Cleveland? Does Milwaukee, with Giannis and Dame, even though they struggle throughout the regular season, that's still Giannis and Dame, a champion, an MVP, a defensive player of the year, Giannis. Dame Lillard, been to the Western Conference Finals, hit big shot after big shot. Dame time. Can they be a threat? Is there any threat? Or are we just wasting our time and we don't even have to watch nothing but Boston, Cleveland, and OKC. I would love to hear y'all take on that. But I see y'all want to stay on this Knicks topic. So what I do is for the next 10 minutes, let's continue to talk about the Knicks. Who do y'all think we need to go all in for? Is it Zion? Is it Giannis? Who's the coach that y'all would like to come in and replace Tom Thibodeau? Or do y'all like Tom Thibodeau? So, I see in the chat, I love when, the chat determines the discussion. Let's keep it going. I see y'all now responding to the OKC Fabian. While I got you up here real quick, OKC, Boston, Cleveland. Do you see anybody that can challenge those three teams and knock them off, or is it just we might as well just call it? It's either going to be Cleveland OKC in the finals or Boston OKC in the finals. Can't hear you. Okay. Yeah, and like I said in the chat, please help us out. Fabian is going to jump back in. While he's getting ready with the Knicks, I would love to hear who would y'all like? Who we need to go all in for? Come on, man. Let's talk about it. Because I've been talking about this for a while and everybody flames me. Right now, if you asking me, take Cat, take Bridges, take Deuce, take Mitchell Robinson, and give me Giannis Antetokounmpo. Is that a bit much? Right now, I would trade Cat, Deuce, Bridges, and if they want Mitchell Robinson, give me Giannis, and maybe throw in a Brook Lopez in there. And maybe we get a third team in there to get another player. Fabian, now that you back in the building. Big shout out, my brother Fabian is in the building. Before we get to that next topic, Cleveland, Boston, OKC. Do we see anybody challenging them? Or do we just take it to the bank? OKC is automatically in the finals, and then now it's between Cleveland or Boston. Does anybody have a chance against those three teams in the playoffs?
Am I coming in good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Listen, every year is only about 3 or 4 teams a year. If it doesn't it feel like Cleveland, OKC, and Boston made it clear from like December on, it's us three, and then there's everybody else. And what makes it worse is that on the West Coast, who could really challenge OKC in all sincerity? That kid, Jalen Williams, they're playing really good defense. It's gonna take what Draymond was talking to Cat about, though, AllBall. Will the age, lack of experience knock them off? So basically, OKC is playing the man in the mirror. That's what it looks like to me, AllBall. I don't know how you feel about that. But to me, it feels like you got the MVP. You got a couple of first-round draft picks in the mix over there in Oklahoma City. But who on the West Coast has been playing from preseason till April unbeatable basketball? They lost major players. They weathered storms. And now if they go into the playoffs fully healthy, I don't see the Chet Holmgren, iHeart tandem getting rocked like that. The only chance people have is if they get into foul trouble. But these are smart guys. Chet Holmgren really is a problem on the defensive end. We're not talking about that enough. I don't see how Oklahoma. The only team I can see that can compete with Oklahoma City, straight up, and you're not gonna like this, is Minnesota. That's it. That's it. Everybody else, unless Anthony Davis is healthy, and even then he's down players. Many got those wing players, bro, defending. Nas Reed can shoot. Julius Randle, despite what we may have thought of him before, he's a force. DiVincenzo, they could spread the floor. They have different lineups they could give you. That's the only team that has a chance in a 7-game series, especially being, hey, you can say whatever you want, A-Dub. Minnesota made it to the Western Conference Finals last year, not OKC. OKC shrank against Dallas and them. And then on the East Coast, on the East side, all ball. I don't know how you feel, but it seems like that's a two-way race. We waiting to see the Eastern Conference Finals with Boston and Cleveland, bro. I don't see this being any other way.
Yeah, unless they meet in the second round. But we're going to get back to this Knicks topic because that thing is on fire in that chat. Before we
What's
get to
that?
I'm as far as like people are making suggestions. I asked the question, who should we go all in for? Who do we want as the next head coach? And forget the other topic we just talked about. Right now in that chat, that thing is on fire. So let's talk about it. Right now, Fabian, tell me if I'm bugging. For Giannis Antetokounmpo, we know Milwaukee's going to want a lot. I would give up Cat, Bridges, Deuce, and some picks for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You have to. You have to. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't like the superstar chase, and I hate when you do that. You were already wrong about Cat. I'm gonna remind you about this every day until he's gone, old boy.
Listen, he has a chance to redeem himself in the playoffs. Listen, I'm going out on my shield because he can't. The beginning of the season, we all was going crazy. So once again, if he flames out in the playoffs, I will have to make a public apology to you and to everybody because I've been on this Cat thing for years now. So you are correct. But I'm holding on, my brother. I ain't got to apologize yet.
I was going to retort, but I shall resort to being personable to my guy, old ball. You are correct. We got to shake hands in the air. You got to wait to the playoffs on that one. We'll table that one. But we both are okay with leaving Cat on that table and getting the big man, the real big man, Greeky Freaky. Why? Because he plays more of the Brunson style of basketball, Josh Hart style basketball, DiVincenzo and them boys style basketball. Giannis still plays like an underdog. That's my thing when I'm talking about Cat and even Draymond. Yo, did you see Draymond guard Giannis the other day? Bananas. Guys like that you don't have to wake up. Again, everybody makes this mistake, old boy. The best ability is availability. No, the hell it's not.
Hold on, Fabian. We got a new big shout out everybody in the chat first and foremost. But let me read this real quick. Suave Life, appreciate you. He said, "What's up, fellas? Good afternoon. I'm fake new here, but ever since I first tuned in, I've been hooked. Y'all give that barbershop feel 100. Shout out to y'all and congrats on 10K. Suave Life, appreciate you, my brother. Listen, we really love this. We take time out. We thank y'all. Please hit that like button, share, like, subscribe, and help us get to the next level because we're going to bring y'all right along with us. And we try to be real, raw, and authentic as possible. And but Suave Life, thank you. Thank everybody in the chat because once again, without y'all engagement, this doesn't work. We literally talk about how we look forward to when we on live, what everybody's going to say in the comments and who's showing up. We have our normal people, our new people, but man, we love y'all to death. So we thank y'all all day and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh boy, leave it to me to translate because you guys over here in the States call it Suave Life, but we got to translate Suave Life. How you doing, my brother? Big up to you. We totally appreciate it. And more than anything else, the one thing that All Ball always says that always sticks in my mind, I just appreciate people that get it. And for you to make that comment, you get it. That's all we want is people around here that get it. If you trying to be all stuck up and your opinions are the last thing on earth, I don't want to mention any make any religious references, but if you are attempting to make a religious attempt at basketball, we want nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you.
Big shout out AP. If it's app or AP. This is my second season following the show. Listen, appreciate everybody. Like I said, if we were able to single-handedly give shout out to everybody, we would. But please hit the like button. But we really thank y'all for rocking with us and engaging, because nothing's realer than having real people engage. But Fabian, let's get back to your point.
Hold on. Let's get back to season 2. Your man said this is my season 2. Yo, he called
Love
it
it.
season 2, old boy.
Listen, man. Afternoons with All Ball, y'all. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. We react and talk about real topics, and we don't duck no smoke, and we try to make it different. We try to talk about different things and not the same old, same old. But Fabian, no, but let's get back in these comments, because they are really in there going in on this New York Knicks situation, because we diehard Knicks fans. Y'all know we live after every Knicks game, Knicks rehab. Right now, stay in them comments, stay in them chats. Who would y'all like? Now, I see a lot of people saying that Zion would be cheaper than trying to go after Giannis. And then I'm seeing some comments saying, why do we have to give up the house? We watch other teams get good players and get them for less. So, Fabian, your thoughts, your opinion, who would you rather go after, Giannis or Zion? And what would you be willing to give up?
I'm
And
sorry.
then we'll get to the coaching.
No, I thank you for, regardless of you said the coach or the coach?
No. I said we'll get to the coaching after this, but right now I want you to stick with Zion or Giannis. Who would you rather? And when you say who you rather, what are you willing to give up?
I think you hit it. I'm okay with parting with Cat. You know,
It froze up. All right, you good? Nah, no, can't hear
I'll jump
you.
back out.
Oh, there you go. There's yeah, he's having a little bit of technical difficulties, but yeah, fellas. I think for me, I'd rather Zion, but I think with Zion, we don't win immediately. I'm gonna say it again. I'd rather Zion. He's younger. He may come cheaper, but we don't win immediately. With Giannis, we win immediately. 2, 3 years. I'm gonna say it again. I'd rather Zion because he's younger, and like I said, you know, that's more time to work, and we don't win immediately. Giannis, we win immediately. I want to see them try and get Zion. Suave Life. Yo, I said that last year, 2 years ago. Zion wants to be in New York, y'all. You don't have to give up Cat to get what we want. Hey, LB So Rady 718. You know, you family all day. You've been around with us forever. Of course, we don't want to give up Cat, but we know how this work. We know how this work. Michael James, what up? We know how this work. We please y'all hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. And please, we need y'all to become a member. Y'all see Michael James, his is in green with the check. Please, we need y'all to become a member. You might be able KD for nah, I don't want KD. I don't want KD. Michael James, 3, 4 years ago, KD maybe. I don't want KD. KD can't win with Devin Booker. He can't win with Kyrie and James Harden. I don't want KD. I think for me, I think KD ship has sailed. The only way KD can win right now is if he joins a super team. Like if KD is able to join Dallas, where they keep AD, Kyrie, Clay, and maybe Gafford and the big man, then I think KD works. But KD, no, I don't want KD. Like I said, I think right now that ship has sailed. KD does not have the effect on the game as he used to as far as winning. I'm sorry, I'm done with that. But Fabian, you back? Zion and Giannis, who do you rather, and what are you willing to give up?
And Giannis, 1,000,000%. That's an easy call. Um, all the rumors and what we talked about with Zion the last couple of years, I don't want to take a chance on that. Because we chanced it with Cat, and we see he is what he is. He is what he is. There's no knock on him. I gave him all the props in the world, and he tried. He really did try. Let's not act like Cat didn't try. He did show up against Draymond, and he's just not he is what I thought he was from the beginning. And with Zion, I don't want to go through that again. I saw, as much as we hated Julius Randle, bro, he worked hard. He was on that court. The only reason why he wasn't on the court was because of injury. And when he was out with injury, he got back and told us, yo, I've been shooting too many threes. He was talking about why he wasn't successful here. What the hell is Zion talking about? It's nothing basketball. I get the flash and the glitz and the glamour, but I have a feeling he's just trying to rob everybody. And I don't want that over here. And Giannis, if we're keeping it real, he's not out to rob nobody. He's earned his money and then some. Same thing with the LeBrons of the world. Just because I'm an MVP don't mean I'm going to stop working hard. These guys are in the gym. These are the guys that put you to shame. I want him next to Jalen Brunson. Why the hell we can't see Jalen next to an All-NBA MVP caliber big man? Zion ain't that. Zion ain't that. He's potentially that. Giannis is that. I want him in the Garden, man. His corny ass dad jokes, everything. We need him here. We need him here. That kind of work ethic is New York. Is New York.
Well,
So
hold on. Let me cut you off because a couple of days ago you didn't feel like this. What changed your mind? I would really love to know what changed your mind. Because when I said we need to go get Giannis, you totally disagreed with me. But now it seems like you have a change of heart. What changed?
not a change of heart. It's the way we're talking about making the move. Because their back is against the wall. They said 5-year plan. And again, I'm going into their mind. What I would have done was keep the team from last year, but they think like you. And that's the part that we got to understand. It's a business. Them guys, Jim Dolan said, yo, I don't run this. That's all Leon. And Leon tried to get Embiid for 20,000 draft picks before he went double back and got Cat. I'm just thinking like they're thinking. And if I had that choice and I'm going after Zion or Giannis and I'm Leon Rose, you got to go Giannis. You got to go Giannis. Now, me personally, I would hope to go after Giannis for less, but you can't. I saw Mike Miller earlier today, AllBall. When you have an opportunity to get the whale, you go get him. Go get him. You can't, out of the love, out of the sacrifice that Jalen Brunson took, $100 million, that $100 million pay cut was taken for a Giannis Antetokounmpo. Not a projection of Zion, not the promise of Zion, the promise of that MVP caliber dude. And if Cat gets us there, yo, he might be a forever New Yorker after that. We will always show him love for giving us those 2 months. But if it gets us Giannis, Greeky Freaky time, boy,
Well,
Greeky Freaky time.
I say because when you had that little technical difficulties, and I see big shout out D Grant. He's making some great comments in the chat. D Grant, what's happening, my brother? He's basically saying, we got to do our homework. We went and got the superstar in Carmelo, and it didn't work. And he's not agreeing with the Giannis and the Zion. But let me just say this, Fabian. I said if we get Zion, that's long term. Giannis, we win right now. Remember, if we get Zion, we're not winning right now. We get Giannis, we are automatically title contenders.
Isn't that the Luka trade all over again? Our
That's
version
the
of it.
difference. That's the difference. And somebody said in the chat, well, this about Giannis and they built a wall around him. Toronto had Kawhi Leonard in his prime. Let's not forget that. We ain't worried about ain't no Kawhi Leonards no more. No, like all jokes aside, we have to factor that in. So for me, it depends on what we have to give up because I think to get either Zion or Giannis is going to be difficult, but we're going to have to maybe try to keep Cat and Brunson. I don't know how that's possible because with the Knicks we always get fleeced. Fabian, do you think it's possible to get one of those guys and not have to give up Cat?
See, now because again, I think Cat. All right, just to answer your question, I don't think so. Number one, I don't see how that's possible. And then number two, I hate to flip it on you like this, but do we really want that? Like what Brook Lopez and Giannis did in Milwaukee, that was because of Drew Holiday. And I'm certain of it. And the Chris Middletons of the world. I'm tired of y'all trying to convince me that Giannis is some defensive player of the year candidate for real, year in, year out. Without Drew Holiday, he hasn't sniffed that. And neither has Brook Lopez. And with Cat there, can he be super Brook Lopez? With OG there? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we need guys.
And OG can be a low budget Drew Holiday or a bigger Drew Holiday. He might not be as talented offensively, but he can play the role Drew Holiday played as far as guarding the best player on the opposing team as far as the 1, the 2, or the 3.
And you could just funnel people towards Cat and Giannis, but I'm just not sure if Cat is built for all that, man. I'm just not. It's very hard. Like Minnesota had it, but Minnesota got Ant-Man, McDaniels, that Nicola Alexander kid, Conley. They can rotate like that. So when they sit Gobert down, so that's what we got to look at. We have to. And I don't know if we can do that with Cat. We know all we need is a couple of players around Giannis, and it's a wrap. He's going to the free throw line. And then with Brunson there, Brunson has to learn how to catch and shoot also, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If we're going to go that route, like we said, AllBall, when I heard that rumor about we were going after Embiid, I was like, damn, this motherfucker AllBall is right, man. They doing what he's saying. We got to go for the billboard. And it's New York, it's Broadway.
Well,
And
listen.
Zion is big time now. Let's not get this twisted. We're not saying we know the potential. He is Broadway. We ain't fronting on Zion, but we want to win and be on Broadway, and that's Giannis.
Listen, big shout out Just Real, big shout out Gideon. I don't know how to pronounce the last, but salute to everybody, man. Louis T1, some new guys coming in. Like I said, salute y'all. Please hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button, share, like, subscribe. Afternoons with AllBall TV, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We react and talk about basketball topics. But right now, what's on fire, what we do, y'all, is we let the chat determine the topic. We was talking about some other topics, but this Knicks thing just caught on fire, so we here to discuss it. And we see some guys talking about Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. You said something that made sense. Let's not forget when Zion is healthy, and I know that's a big if, but Fabian, you know my conspiracy theory on that. And he came out and said
No. Again, AllBall was right. I'm here. Listen, I don't know if I bumped my head today. I'm giving you props 2 times, AllBall. Two times. It wasn't a conspiracy. Zion came out and confirmed that. I thought I would have been in New York by now. Let us not forget this.
But hold on, but not even that. But hold on, big shout out Gideon. I love that too. If we could get Nas Reed, like I said, it's going to be a lot for us. But I'm not even talking about that. But that was a great point, Fabian. Remember, Zion said, "I can play back-to-backs. I want to play. They're not allowing me to play." Remember that.
Double down. Double down. Steph Curry has said the same exact thing about Golden State. And that's Steph.
And so when I was saying Zion was getting a bad rep, y'all have to understand these networks and these analysts are being paid to create a narrative. The narrative around Zion was bad. All along, what I kept saying, Fabian, ain't nothing wrong with him. I said he just don't want to be in New Orleans. He's not the first player to ever do this. But it's very difficult when you're not brought up like that to be rude or disrespectful, to just straight up say, "Get me out of here. I don't want to be here." So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to act like I'm injured. I'm going to act like I'm not in shape. And once he was able to play, Tomahawk 360, looking like he in the best shape of his life. So for me, let's not forget, when Zion is healthy, he pushes around LeBron James on the court. Do we forget that? He moves everybody out the way. So for me, I think it's 2 great options. Like I said, I think Zion, we get Zion, we don't win immediately. I think if we get Giannis, we automatically right behind Boston. We leapfrog over Cleveland. I'm not arguing with nobody, but that's a minor problem. We have a huge problem. Head coaching. Hold on. Let that sink in, because everybody in the chat, we all agree we need to make a move. Whether it's KD, Giannis, Zion, Devin Booker, Nas Reed, we have to make some type of move, right? I would love to get Zion and Trey Murphy here together. I would love something like that, right? But that's a minor problem. Fabian, please, I need everybody in the chat. We need to hear your opinions on this. Who would y'all like as a head coach? Who should be the next head coach for the New York Knicks? Fabian, the floor is yours. And remember, Fabian, this is fantasy. Let's not worry about what team they on, salary, contract. I'm just saying right now, if you had your wish for the next head coach for the New York Knicks, who would you like it to be?
Well, you know what? Number one is the best young coach in the game, J.J. Redick. That's number one, but we can't get him.
Okay.
Number two,
No,
wow,
that threw me off, but okay.
I mean, he's doing a lot of what I'm thinking he would be doing, but Flea always hates when I bring up Jeff Van Gundy, but that's realistic to me because he's been on television for so long that people might not take him seriously. J.J. Redick, and we had a video from a year ago. We got to put a throwback on it. Flea made such an ill comment that I'd never heard anybody say before. And I think Stephen A. Smith took it. He said every time you hear J.J. Redick talk on his podcast, he sounds like he's auditioning for a head coaching job. And that's the reason why I was always sold on him. And remember, like Jeff Van Gundy would kick game on television, but he was also joking around a lot, kind of bickering and moaning about the fouls. Now you got to prove if you can coach these young kids. And I've been reading nothing but good things. Let's not forget the LA Clippers are the number 2 defense in the league right now. So he's the defensive guy on there. He's not the head assistant coach for the Clippers. I think that's Brian Shaw because he coached the other night. But if not him, you got to follow in the footsteps of what Toronto did, what Brooklyn did. That guy, Jordy Fernandez, he coached Sacramento. He was on the Sacramento bench, definitely. I'm not sure if he was on Memphis, but he was definitely on the Sacramento Kings. Where the hell? Like, that's my thing on ball. That's why this question is open-ended, but at least we trying to do our due diligence. Right. What makes you guys think this guy's a good coach? Because where they find him from? Where did they find this guy at, Jordy Fernandez? He's on the Sacramento bench. You do your due diligence. You talk to him. Fine, no problem. But what did the Sacramento Kings tell you? What did his friends tell you? What did the players tell you about him? It makes me want to go read some more interviews about Jordy Fernandez and figure this thing out. But I do like it's a head assistant coach, the longest tenured assistant coach with the OKC Thunder. The way that the Thunder coach is the way that I think we need to get Jalen Brunson in tune, because it goes back to what you say about Tom Thibodeau, what we've always echoed every damn day, and we don't care because the other guys don't keep it real. They've been ball washing Tom Thibodeau for years, and we told y'all it is what it is. He's gonna exhaust your players, and then what's worse is that even if you have players, he doesn't play them, and if you're gonna go draft them, what kind of players are you trying to draft? The underdog types? Why don't you look for the Kasson Wallaces of the world, the Isaiah Joes of the world, the Andrew Wiggins of the world? How come we're not looking for those guys? And then you play them to play a specific style that fits the era. Why we gotta fit your style? So I like the kid. If we're gonna go try to play like Boston or OKC, we need to be under the same kind of tutelage and teaching. Tibbs doesn't know how to teach Boston style. What are we doing? That's my biggest problem with that summertime, all them trades, all ball with Cat and all that. We need a coach here who can teach not just the players. Leon Rose and them motherfuckers up there, man. How about that?
let me great point, man. You killed that, right? But I'm gonna take it a step further. And you know me, I'm gonna say some things that people either not gonna like or they're gonna disagree. But after a while, they come right back around and go, "Oh, boy, was correct." But before I do that, everybody in the live chat, please hit that like button, y'all. Share, like, subscribe. Like I said, afternoons with All Ball Monday through Friday, man, 3 p.m. Eastern time. We are on here all the time. We go live after every Knicks game, Knicks rehab. We react to, you know, how we play, whether we won or lost. We break everything down. So please, y'all, continue to show love. I'm gonna say something that nobody hasn't ever said. Tom Thibodeau doesn't. He don't even run guys in the ground. He just doesn't know how to coach. Like we have to really start thinking about that. What if he just doesn't know how to coach the game of basketball, especially today, where the game is totally different from when he was a great defensive mind? What was that, '08 when they won with the Celtics? Almost 20 years. The game has changed dramatically. There's no physicality. There's rarely any defense. And it's all three-point shots. So we're asking the guy that was on the defensive side of the ball to do what exactly? So when they're in the huddle, what can Tom Thibodeau tell Brunson the Cat? What? Is it a coincidence that when he's on the sideline, he has nothing to say? Unless he's arguing with you? So we have to start. I told you, I pay attention to everything. This is why he never worked nowhere, wherever he was at. Now, is he a good coach when it comes to hard work and pushing guys? Okay, I give you that. But if we talking X and O's, making guys better, running a good offense, adjustments, time management, everything besides defense, he doesn't belong as a head coach. And that's the part that nobody is talking about. I'm sorry. Tom Thibodeau doesn't know how to coach the game of basketball, especially today in 2025. I told you, Fabian, my dream coach is Steve Kerr. He's been around Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich. He's played in the big spotlight. He's coached in the big spotlight. He was a GM in Phoenix. He is a basketball savant. And let's not forget, Steve Kerr grew up rough and tough. He's a tough guy. He gives you that grit, that toughness, and he doesn't go for no nonsense. My dream head coach is Steve Kerr. And I've said that for a while now. What he did in Golden State, no knock to Mark Jackson. Love Mark Jackson. I'm from New York City, Queens. But what Steve Kerr came and did with that organization, we haven't seen in a long time. He had the galls and the balls and the cojones to ask, my guy, come off the bench, Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala coming off the bench changed the whole dynamic of the NBA. Fabian, are you still there? I'm going to say something that nobody talks about. Y'all see, hold on. Y'all think Steve Kerr ain't going nowhere. Golden State run is over. You think when Curry retires or leaves, Steve Kerr is staying in Golden State? Curry might retire in 2-3 years. Steve Kerr is done. But let me tell you what Steve Kerr helped the Golden State Warriors do. That move with Andre Iguodala not only changed the game, but it gave you a whole different perspective of the game. That 5-man lineup of small ball, where you got Andre Iguodala damn near at the 5. I'm sorry, man. My dream coach is none other than Steve Kerr. Fellas, appreciate y'all. We've been on for an hour and a half. When do our Knicks play? Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, catch us. Knicks rehab directly after the Knicks game. I think we play Washington. So tomorrow we will be going live after the Knicks game for Knicks rehab. Monday through Friday. Afternoons with All Ball. You never know who's going to jump in. Fabian, Flea. I got to get in contact with Uncle Ice. I want to give Turbo a segment, Fabian, and that's fine with you, maybe 5-10 minutes with his Turbo facts, because people really need to understand how much Turbo knows about the game from high school to college to the NBA. But like I said, afternoons with All Ball, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Hit that like button, share, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and please, like I said, stay engaged, stay in those comments, because whatever y'all want to talk about, we will talk about it. King Ribby, Green was the 5. Right, I'm sorry, King Ribby, you're correct. Green was the 5. Andre Iguodala was the 4. Fabian, real quick, what Steve Kerr did with bringing Iguodala off the bench, but also having that small ball lineup, that depth lineup, that is, people underrate that. That doesn't get talked about enough. Steve Kerr is a great mind when it comes to basketball. And the history he has with how he grew up, being tough, playing with and coach legends, GMing. I'm going to be honest. I think that's the guy that will take us to a championship level.
I think with that move, Andre Iguodala, you always reference it.
It's not it's not talked about enough, eh?
Yeah, and it epitomizes the era. Without that move, there is no Golden State era. The death lineup, that is the Golden State Warriors.
Hold on, stay there. Because we're gonna give them a little overtime. Hold on, stay there. Is Steve Kerr the reason why the sensors is removed out of the game? Think about that.
No. See, it's just like right now, what you just did right now, to me, epitomizes sports and why we love it. Because you even coming up with a question like that, somebody might be in the audience being like, this guy don't know what the hell he's talking about, but you felt something. See, there's a sport in how to talk and how to get down. There's a sport to everything. So sports ain't nothing but trying to win and figuring this thing out. All Steve Kerr was doing was trying to win, bro. The center, if you have a center, remember they had Andrew Bogut, second all defense.
Right. But look how they utilize him. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry. Yes, you're correct.
And let's not forget, the other thing we got to give Draymond Green props for, they won in his second season. He was a second-year guy. So Steve Kerr didn't get the center out of the game. He's just the one that he saw San Antonio. He saw Tim Duncan like, yo, damn, Tim Duncan's a straight 5 now. And he was playing like Joker back then towards the end of his career. So they were just ahead of their time, and they was called exploiting the game. We're going to exploit that position. Remember, Cleveland wasn't really playing. They had Tristan Thompson playing the center. Big garbage.
Yeah, but hold on, Fabian. I honestly think indirectly, I don't think it was done on purpose. Oh, man, my guy Ronald Martinez in the building. I don't think it was done purposely because, like you said, Steve Kerr did what it took to win. But I think he's responsible for that small ball where now you can't, if Draymond Green is at the 5, you can't have him being in the game. The game is too fast. So now you have the NBA where it's like now you can get away with a guy that's 6'9", 6'10", that is not even a post-up guy, but he's able to switch. He's able to guard a 3 or 4 or 5. I think Steve Kerr is responsible for a lot of what the game is today, but nobody talks about that because they don't even fathom that. And that's why my dream guy is Steve Kerr.
Absolutely, yeah. The Iguodala thing, and also, who else in this era would you rather have to help with Jalen Brunson going into the prime of his career? As much as I'm throwing Jeff Van Gundy out there as a name, that's still like a Zion of coaching where it's a project. Steve Kerr ain't a project. He's coming off the MVP. They just won a ring a couple years back. They understand the game right now. He can sit there and tell Brunson, yo, you got it all. But I'm telling you, this is what you got to do. When Mark was there, Mark Jackson was there in Golden State, he didn't sit Steph Curry at the 6-minute mark. That's what Steve Kerr does now. He didn't go off ball. We got to go after a guy that can allow Brunson off the ball and let him shoot off the ball. All these different things. The small point guard. Yo, oh boy, I think you hit that one on the nose, man. We got to sneak. Hold on. I'm going to counter this, and maybe we leave it for next time.
Yeah.
Because you love Steve Kerr. Are you willing? Oh, let me sit up real quick. Are you willing, if we trade for Steve Kerr, are you willing to make Draymond Green a part of that trade?
If now, as much as I dislike Draymond Green, if it means us getting a championship, yes. Yes. Yes, because one thing with me, I cannot like you, but if you do your job well, how many of us have jobs to where you may not like your coworker or your supervisor, but they do their job well? And how many times have you had a misunderstanding with someone, and then maybe when you meet them, y'all, remember Magic and Bird hated each other until they got to know each other. Remember, Bird thought Magic was too loud. Magic thought Bird was just a corny white boy that was too quiet. And when they met each other, what happened? They became the best of friends. So for me, I have no problem as long as the guy understands the goal is to win championships. And I think it has to come a time and point with our Knicks where we have to go big or go home. It's time to stop going mediocre. Mediocre does not get you anywhere in the NBA. I'm sorry, it doesn't. And if we don't realize that, when the last time a mediocre team won a championship? We see
Never.
mediocre team. We see mediocre teams be competitive. We see the Atlanta Hawks get to the conference finals. We seen that type of stuff. But when have you seen a mediocre team with a mediocre coach get to the finals and win a championship? Being mediocre has to stop. It has to stop. And I think getting the right coach and the right player, I think we have the right player with Brunson. Now you build the right guys around him. You get a coach that knows how to coach. So for me, I think Steve Kerr is the perfect guy. And now that, because I see in the chat, yeah, we asked Steve Kerr. But at that time, we was terrible. So you rather coach us or you rather go with Clay and Steph, with Draymond and that. That was a no-brainer. He made the correct move all day. But now, Curry is not going to play for another 5 years. So I think I told you this the other day and I laughed before we get out of here. We need to start tampering. Fuck it.
But here's the other thing. We've been tampering.
Yeah.
We were tampering with Embiid. We tampering with Brunson. We were tampering with Cat. That's the whole point of having Leon Rose. It's what I don't like is the fact that we're tampering just to get this star without the plan, and then they're married. And maybe really they're just married to this coach a little too tight. It's time to let go. They wrote a plan out, and you know how it is.
Yeah.
When you were younger, trying to go after, you single, going after women, you might plan it a certain way, but when you get out there, then butterflies kick in. You got to start moving on your feet.
Yeah, but we always, and I know we keep saying we're going to get out of here, but y'all see how much we love this. It's hard for us to get off these lives because we love talking the game. And as long as y'all are engaging, come on, man, we'll be here till tomorrow. But, we fall in love and marry all our players for the wrong reasons. And I told you, it goes back to the 90s. How we fell in love with the Starks and the Oakleys and the Charles Smiths, knowing damn well to go for championships, that's not good enough when the competition is Michael Jordan. You have to understand, you're seeing them in the conference finals. In the 90s, you know who you seen in the conference finals if you get there. Mike. And we going up against that. Come on, bro. It's the same thing that's going on now. Boston is juggernauts. Derek White is probably the third or fourth best player, and he could come to the Knicks and start. That's how good the Boston Celtics are. So we have to really understand, we have to figure something out. It has to be quick because the window is going to keep getting smaller and smaller because Detroit is one piece away from being a real threat. I'm not saying championship, but now they're right there. Orlando fully healthy is a problem. Indiana is one move away from because just their style of basketball, and they've always been a thorn in our side. So we're not head and shoulders of the mediocre teams, and that's the problem I have with our Knicks. Boston and Cleveland is head and shoulders of everybody in the East. If Milwaukee had a better coach, we would be in trouble.
Possibly.
So listen, man, we got to get out of here. Like I said, I'm gonna keep repeating it. Afternoons with All Ball, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We definitely gonna have some special guests for y'all on here. Knicks Rehab after every Knicks game, where you get our live reactions. AllBall TV, Fabian, Flea, Don Dropper, Uncle Ice, Kels, love all those brothers. Please y'all hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. And when y'all see that notification, y'all know we live. Get y'all asses in the building. Get them comments and engage, man. Fabian, take us home, my brother.
Come on, man. I'm not gonna do it from the phone. Y'all can't even play with me, all ball. We out here, man. We outside, inside, no matter where we at. You know we gotta. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I hear it now. I heard it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got one hand because I'm holding the phone in one hand. I got hit that job. I got old boy. You kidding me?
And before we go, yo, AP, I don't know if it's app or AP. I would love Spo. Listen, Miami Heat is a dumpster fire, and if Spo is smart, listen, I don't know how none of these coaches or players don't understand. If you win in New York, you become a legend forever. Like winning a championship in New York City, Fabian, right now as a Knick, we would treat your kids when you pass away as if they were you. I said that last night. I said the only coach right now that can help us is Coach Carter. But once again, a player or a coach, if you come and win us a championship, when you pass, we will treat your children like they're you.
Right.
How does nobody understand that and see that?
And before we go, that's where we got to start the tampering. We got to start some billions. We got all these Wall Street dudes. We got to start some rumor to start some beef between Spo and Pat Riley. That's how we can end this all, boy. Enough is enough. We just in a spot down there. We see the type of things that
Hey,
exposures into. If you don't know what I'm talking about, all you gotta do is Google it. Yeah.
Spo, just real quick. Dolan gonna let you run the ship how you want to run it. Dolan gonna stay out the way. You ain't gotta worry about Pat Riley all in the videos, dancing, singing. Come to New York, nigga. We out.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
Deja un like, comentario.
Y suscribe.